Hey guys, Raid0AU here, and welcome to a new series on Tharsis, a game that's just come out on Steam today, produced by a company, published and developed by a company called Choice Provisions, and it's a bit of a RNG type, roguelike, sudden death type game. Very reminiscent of board games. Certainly probably a little bit of FTL type stuff in there where you're never quite sure what you're going to come across. And as I said, it's just come out today, and going to make a few videos on this and see how it goes. It's one of those games that basically it's very short to run through. You can actually complete the game probably in about an hour. But then again, the game can be very cruel as well, and games can last a very short amount of time. Just come out today, as I've said a couple of times now, on Steam, available on Steam, and at the moment it has a 34% discount on it, which makes it a grand total of $9.89 US or something. So if you like what you see and you want to give Tharsis a go, now's probably the time to grab it. I believe the recommended retail will, after the promotion ends, which ends on the 18th of January, believe it'll then go to, I think it's $14.99 or something like that. So, we're going to jump into a new game, and in this new game, so normally you get to choose your crew. You have 4 crew. As you can see, I haven't unlocked anything yet, as it's only come out today. I'm going to play it on normal for the first one at least. It's probably, hopefully we can get through it, but as I said, it can be very cruel and the game can end very quickly. I'm going to put the tutorial on for this first video, or the first playthrough, so that we can get an idea on the video as to what goes on. So off we go. Okay, so this briefing will give you an idea how to command the crew and utilise the functions on the Iktomi, which is our spaceship here. The journey is about halfway over, but it's still useful to have a refresher course. Your ultimate goal? Reach Mars. So you can see up the top here, deploy crew, 10 weeks from Mars. So the ship view, the Iktomi has a staff of 6, however the rest of the crew are busy right now. The ship itself consists of 8 modules, each with its own use. Up here in the top left, the integrity of your ship, the red marks indicate the amount of damage events will do. On the top right here we've got food. Food keeps crew active by replenishing their dice, and we'll explain a bit more about that in a minute. So this is our crew member that we've got available to us, J. Cross. It's a botanist. Dice. This shows how many dice a crew member rolls on their turn. Their available dice decreases by 1 each time that a crew member is used. So each time we use this, each turn we use this, he will drop a dice, but you can't go below 1. This is his health meter on the side here, and this is his stress here. And this is an event. This is one of the cruxes of the game. So, reducing repair value to 0 will remove the event, otherwise the damage will be applied each turn. So basically the objective is to get rid of these events. The top number here is the repairs needed, so I only need to add a 1 in there. Hazards. Basically there's various hazards in the game. I believe it'll talk about that in a minute. And end of turn damage. So once all your crew members have been used, basically if any of these hazards that are still active on the ship will apply their damage. Now it may not necessarily always be ship damage, it may be damage to crew members, it may be reducing dice, a number of different things. But okay, movement. Select crew member first, then click directly on the module and choose deploy to confirm the movement. Everyone else is busy at the moment, so send J Cross to the pantry where the event is located. So here's the pantry. So we click on J Cross, click on the pantry and deploy. And we get the module view. We get this nice bit of art showing the cutaway view. So there's 2 crew members in here. We can see the other crew in the module. There's Maplia Musgrave, who's a biologist, and we've also now brought across J. Cross. So this is where you specifically direct the crew and get work done. So, and this is benzene tank inspection. It's going to give 1 ship damage. We've only got 1 impending damage coming in. A pressure fluctuation has been detected in the pantry, worth checking as long-term exposure to benzene or C6H6 can lead to immunotoxicity and eventually leukemia. So, rolling. This is basically, so we can see here we've got 4 dice on J Cross, and we can press roll. Now basically up here, what we want, up next to the repair on the left, we've got a stasis here. If I roll any 3s, basically then that will be frozen and I won't be able to re-roll it. However, I've got 1 assist, and your ship does replenish these every turn. 1. You get 1 every turn. So basically in this situation, if I roll 1 3, then basically the stasis will apply, but the assist will nullify it and I'll be able to re-roll it. If I have no assists, they're going to be frozen. If I roll 2 3s, 1 of them will be frozen. The assist will unfreeze 1 of them. So here we go. We're just going to roll. We didn't get any. So here we go. Hazards. These represent dangers to the crew if any dice match the indicated numbers. Injury. The crew member loses 1 health. Stasis. The roll die is stuck and cannot be re-rolled. Void. The die is lost. Assist is automatically used to prevent these. So here, assist the onboard countermeasures to prevent the crew from hazards. Your ship replenishes 1 each turn. So in this situation, basically, what I've got here is, it's a pretty good roll. So events are completed when the repair value is reduced to 0. So I can just throw the 1 in there, and that gets rid of it. Event complete. But also, on the side here, what we've got is each crew member has a class ability. So this one tells me if I put some dice in here that's greater than 1, or 1 and greater, basically I'm going to get 1 food. The food indicator's up here. We've got 1 food at the moment, but if I put that in there, I'll get 2 food. And here, basically modulability, all modules have different capabilities that keep the ship running in good condition. Place a dice here that match the requirement. So once again, it's telling me a 1 or greater, and each slot indicates how much of that ability you gain. Well, there's only 1 slot, and it tells me I'll gain, looks like 4. So there we go, and we've got full food at the top here. I could re-roll if I wanted to. There's no need in this situation. Now the other thing is we have this research down here. Each die placed here gains a research point. So you only gain 1, doesn't matter what the face value is, you only gain 1 point to a maximum of 6 points. And then you've got projects down here which you can use as an instant benefit. So this will take 1 point, 3 repair on 1 module. So if I had an event going on, this would take 3 off of it. 1 die to all crew, so I'd give them an extra dice back. No movement damage. Now basically we'll get to movement damage in just a moment, but what I'll do is I'll bank that in there. Now the thing with the research projects is you can only have 1 of each face value at any given time. So if I had a 5 left over in another event, I can't place another 5 in there. It would have to be a dice of a different number if I wanted to have more than 1 dice in there. And when we're finished, we just finish the deployment. Looks like we've got some meteors coming in. Probably not ideal on the way to Mars. So we had prepared for every disaster, just not everything at once. There's no way we can turn back. We must head on. So here we go now with the main crux of the game. So that was just a little tutorial to go through roughly what everything does. So you can see up here the ship, we've got 3 white bars, 3 red bars. So 3 white bars is the amount of damage the ship can take at the moment. If it goes to 0, it's destroyed. And at the moment, with the events, we've got 2 on here and 1 on here. We've got 3 impending damage, so we're going to have to get rid of something here. A cluster of micrometeoroids have crippled the Ectomi and killed 2 crew. J. Cross has been ejected into space. Is that botanist? And Mapia Musgrave suffered a fatal injury. Your new goal is to survive. So we've got Kayla, our doctor. We'll just quickly go through. She's only got 1 dice at the moment, but basically her bonus that she can give is 1 health to all crew members that are in the same module as her during her turn. We've got Pakal Lavarin, the mechanic. He can add an extra bar to the ship, like 1 repair to the ship, and he's got 3 at the moment, 3 dice. Our doctor's got pretty good health. He's halfway. Alison Silver's our specialist. Hers is she gets +1 reroll. That's her bonus there. 3 dice, and she's sitting at halfway. And our captain, Jean Aloe, basically he will give 1 die to the crew to every crew member in the module during his turn if we can satisfy the conditions. But he's pretty low on health. So now one thing I'll just mention is the travel. Say I wanted to take Alison and I wanted her to go to the control box here. Basically it would mean passing through this event, and if I try to do that, it'll tell me that basically I can do that, but she will lose 1 health because she's had to pass through this. Now it's the same with all of these, basically, because these 2 are sitting here and these 2 are sitting over here. Basically we have to get rid of this meteoroid strike. So I think what I'll do first is we'll take our mechanic in there. And here's our little cutaway. So we've got 2 stasises. What I don't want to be doing is rolling 2s and 3s. We've only got 1 assist at the moment. So here we go. Let's see how we go. There we go, 2 and a 3. So the 3 is now locked. And what have we got? We've got 10. It tells us a little number here. We've got 10 in total. So you know what? I'm going to put that and that in there. I'm going to re-roll that one in the hope that it gives me something. Oh, a 1. Great. How much health has he got? He's got 4. You know what? I'm going to bank that for the moment. And that's all I can do with him. So he's been used. The doctor's only got 1 die. So the thing is, she's not going to be able to do anything with this one here. She's not going to be able to do much in here either. But we'll deploy her in here. Remembering you can't go below 1 dice. So, whereas Pakal has lost a dice now. So, what we can do is roll it and hope we don't get a 6. That was the best we could hope for. Do I want to add health? No. I want to get rid of that. And that's all she can do. So we've got 9 left. So she's got 3 dice. I reckon we take our captain in here. Hopefully what we can do is we can clear this. He's got 4 dice. Clear this, and hopefully we can add something in here. So everyone gets an extra dice. Let's see how we go. Remember, we've got these stasises. Oh, 2 stasises. 16. You know what? We can do it. So that can go in there. 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 That's that event complete. And everyone in here, so Kayla, Pakal and Jean, all get an extra dice. That just leaves us with Alison. Now, she gets an extra reroll. And we're going to need to deploy her over here. She's only got 3 health, and you see here we've got a red injury marker here. Now, the problem with these is she might only have 3 health, and there's only 1 injury thing. But if I roll, and for some reason she rolls 3 6s, it'll apply that 3 times. So, alright. All we can do is try. We just need 10. So, oh, got an injury, so she loses 1 health. We've got stasis there. But what we can do is we can bank the stasis 1, put that in there, and put that in there. And finish our deployment. So there's no damage. We're not going to take any damage on this one. You can skip these cutscenes by pressing the space bar. I'm not going to do it in the first run through. So now between each turn, so we're now 9 weeks to Mars. We were 10 weeks. We then have to make a choice. Now normally, in the majority of cases, they have a benefit and a negative. So choosing a side project to perform, but be aware it may have negative consequences. The severity of the choice are influenced by the stress of the crew, so keep them mentally healthy. And that's where these stress levels on the side here come in. Basically, the more stress they get, the worse the choices become. So, how much have we got on the ship? We've only got 3 on the ship. I can't really afford to lose 2, but I've got no choice. The ship's going to take damage either way. So, the +2 assist might help. Okay. So we're only going to have, I think, 2 health on the ship, which is not good. When the pantry was destroyed, we lost most of our packaged rations. Additional food can be produced in the greenhouse, but only in small batches. Carefully dole out limited supplies to those in need. Alright, so we got 1 food, and what food does is we give it to someone and it will give them 3 dice. So in this situation, I think what we're going to need is... Captain's got 4, we'd lose... So it's either of these 2. We don't want to waste it. I can give it to either of these, but I won't get the full 3 dice. So I think what I'm going to do in this situation is I'm going to give it to the doctor. And hopefully by doing that, I can use her to try and heal up some of these people. Particularly the captain. And then I can use because I want to use the captain to try and give everyone dice at the end of each turn. Basically, I suppose the idea is to try and use your specialist and mechanic, and then your doctor and your captain as last ones. So, right, and that's the end of 1 turn. So now, incoming events. What have we got? Alright, so I can't move Alison out because she'll take damage if I try and move her over here. But she's taken some damage as well. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to use Pakal, our mechanic, in here. See if I can't clear this one. 2 stasises, but we got 3 assists. So, and what are we rolling with? 3. So we just need 10. What we got down here? 1 got health. All right. Let's see how we go. Yes, nice. So basically what we can do here is we can put 6 in there and the 4 in there. That ends the event. And then I'm going to put the 5 over here, and that gives me an extra bar back on the ship to replace the one we lost during that choice between turns. So that's excellent. Let's get rid of that. That means I can... What have we got in here? Got a stasis and void. I'm going to use the specialist first. Play them in here. We're only rolling. We need 18. We've got stasis and void. We've still got all our assists. So 2s and 4s. We don't want 2s and 4s. We've got a 2. That used up 1 assist. So 6 can go in here. Do I want to re-roll that? Yep. Oh, and a 4. So there's another assist gone. I'm not going to risk it because I want to bring our others in as well. So now we only need 8. So bring our doctor in and roll. What are we? 4, 4. Like 1s. Oh. Alright, so we got no more assists. So what I can do though is I can do that. That gets rid of the event. Still got these 3 out here. Re-roll them. See what. Hopefully get something. Yep. So we can give. There. There. And do we want to use this? 1 health, 1 crew. You know what? And that one's just being... Alright. Not much else I can do there. We're just going to have to discard that dice. But the good thing now is I can bring a captain in. And with nothing here, in fact, do I want to bring him in here? She's at full health, He's only got 2, she's only got 1. He's only going to add 1 to these. You know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually use him in the greenhouse here. Now the reason being that basically I can harvest food here. But what I need to be able to do is I need to be able to match the numbers. All the numbers have to match. So I've got 2 remaining rolls and he's got 4 dice. So let's see what we... Any matches? Oh, look at that. Perfect. That gives us a couple of food back. And what I can do is roll again and hopefully get something greater than a 5. No, it's a 4. Alright, we'll put that into research. Finish deployment. Alright, no impending damage. We're doing okay. So you get these cutscenes between each turn. Okay. Can't afford to lose health. The trouble is Captain's only got 2 health and that puts them in extreme danger. We're only 8 weeks to Mars now. Ship's got 3 there. So We might have to go this one. Alright. But now what we can do is give Alison 3 dice. Give Pakal 3 dice. Alright. Incoming events. Oh. Ouch. So, we've got 4 damage. Alright. Alison, you got to go in. Basically, you've got to fix this. You got 4. We've got a void here, but we've got 3 assists. Nothing we can use down here at the moment. Okay. We need 11. And we've got 14, so... so let's just clear that. There we go. We've got 1 dice left, and we get a 5. So no movement damage. Alright, there we go. So what the no movement damage means is that basically I could move someone now over here and they won't take the damage for moving through this. These are both rather nasty. These ones have only got stasis and this 23, but we do need to get rid of... We have to get rid of this one. We have to get rid of this one. We don't have a choice. Basically, this has got 2. We've only got 2 there, so we don't have a choice. Basically, this is the one we've got to go for. Got risk of injury here. If we roll 4s. So, hoping not. But, here we go. Go Pakal. Oh, there's a 4. Took a bit of damage. We've got stasis on all of these. What have we got? 14. Well, there's not much I can do with these. I mean, I could start banking them and things like that. 17 repair, 1 module. What's that? 4. I can't do it. I was thinking if I could put the 3 in there and we had something else, I could use that to repair 17 off this. But in this situation, all we can do is put these in. And effectively, we're going to have to re-roll. And let's see, up to... It's only got 3 health. Hopefully we don't roll another 4. No 4s. Alright, so we need 12 in here. Nothing else we can do with Pakal. We've still got the doctor and the captain. I'm going to take the doctor in here. Simply because she's got the most health and she could probably deal with this. Alright, so she's dealt with it. We've got 15. Let's stasis. So we might as well put that one in. I'm going to hold on to the 6 and the 5 and roll this one and see what we get. Get another 6. Alright. So we can put the 6 in there. Event complete. Put that in there and that'll give Pakal another health back. I'm still concerned about the captain here because he's not had any healing whatsoever. should be able to deal with this one over here. But I'm a bit concerned about this injury. Rolling 3 of these. We're not going to have any food at the end of this round, so unless we can get the supplements. Alright, here we go. No 4s, please. Thank you. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll get rid of the event first. We're going to bank the 3 and we're going to give him a die back. I suppose we could have used that and given 1 die to all crew. That was probably a mistake there. But we've cleared all the events. So we're doing okay, but we've got no food. So effectively we've got no food left. Alright. So we can get 1 food, but it's going to add 30% stress to these 2. Well, this is -1 health. Jean can't afford to lose any health. These 2 could probably deal with a bit of stress, so let's go with that. Okay, so we've got limited support supplies aboard. It is unclear if we can maintain our strength for the long trip to Mars. There is another option. The body of meteor is still in the medical bay and has been well preserved. What is more important, the mission or our humanity? So we can decide to resort to cannibalism. This will give 2 dice, but will reduce maximum health. So basically what it does is you lose 1 of these pips here at the top, so you can only ever then get to 5 health instead of 6 like the doctor is here at the moment. These give +3 dice. And if I give that to anyone, basically we're going to lose. You know what? I think I'm going to, sorry Jane, tuck in. There's some good eating there. See, so Jane's still got 2 health, but can only now go up to 5. And you know what? Alison, tuck into that juicy steak there. Just don't ask where it came from. I could use it on the doctor as well, but she's actually got full health and I'll lose actually a health there. With these ones, I'm only losing the maximum. I'm not losing thing. The only problem is, look at their stress levels. That's boosted their stress levels up. So I think I'm going to leave it like that for the moment. I'm almost inclined to give Kayla the food and just lose 1 dice, but it seems a waste. No, we're just going to go with it. In fact, what we're going to do is, this video is dragging on a little bit, so we're actually not doing too bad. We're 7 weeks to Mars on there. Basically, it'll all start to get a little bit quicker. This first video was obviously an introduction and going through the tutorial as well. But I think we'll continue this on in the next episode. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. And if you have, please leave a like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you all next time when we see whether our intrepid adventurers make it all the way to Mars, or whether the game has other details or other plans. Of course, there is always a possibility that they may just end up eating each other, so that's always a possibility. So anyway, as I said, look forward to seeing you next time. This is Raid 0 AU, signing out.